All the living things on earth needs energy to survive. So where does this energy come from? This energy passes from one living being to another. Let us see how. Children, plants are the only living things who are able to make their food on their own. Other living things like us and animals are not able to prepare their own food. So they depend on plants for their food. A herbivore like cow and giraffe, goat and deer eats green plant. So they completely depend on plants for their food. A carnivore eats the herbivore. This is like a chain that the plant and animals form in nature. A tiger, lion, wolf and a cheetah will hunt and kill another animal who eats a plant but will not eat a plant themselves. They hunt and kill other animals for food. Hyenas and vultures eat dead animals. They also depend on animals for their food. Let us see a simple example. A rabbit eats grass to get energy and for its food. And that rabbit is eaten by a bigger animal, a hawk, for its food. A hawk is not going to eat the plants or the seeds or the fruits. It's a carnivore, so it is going to eat a herbivore. So this follows a chain, a food chain where plants are eaten by a herbivore and a herbivore is eaten by a carnivore. Here let us see who eats the grass. This grass is eaten by a grasshopper. Now let's see who eats the grasshopper. Now the grasshopper could be eaten by a frog. Now let's see who eats the frog. Oh, it's a snake. So the frog can be eaten by a snake. Can you guess, children? Who can eat a snake? Which animal can eat up a snake? Maybe a bird? Let us see which bird. So a snake can be eaten by an eagle. Let us see some examples of food chains. Here in the first food chain, the plant is eaten by a deer and the deer is eaten by a lion. This food chain completes here only. It's a two animal food chain, and a food chain always begins with a plant or any part of a plant. Let's look at another example. Let us look at the second food chain. Carrots are eaten by a rabbit, and rabbit is eaten by a fox, and fox can be eaten by a lion. Now let's look at the last food chain, which has four animals. Grass is eaten by a grasshopper. A grasshopper would be eaten by a frog. A frog would be eaten by a python or a snake, and a snake or a python can be eaten by an eagle.